Hello, everybody, and welcome to Offstage on Screen. Today, we are going to movie review Nosferatu, the 2024 version of Nosferatu, with our in-house movie reviewer, Robert Nelson. Nosferatu, as far as I know, was the first film ever made. And now they've made a remake with, well, we'll let Rob talk to you about it, tell you everything about it, and we're going to review it and find out what he thinks about it. Before we do that, let's go ahead and watch the official trailer. Here it is, Nosferatu.
Come to me. Come to me. Hear my call. Come to me.
Robert Eggers.
Professor. My dreams grow darker.
Wait a minute.
Does evil come from within us? Or from beyond?
There he is. Creepy castle.
He is coming.
Very scared.
He is coming. He is coming to us.
He's coming.
Who is coming to you, my child?
Yeah, he's coming. Let's get to the... Everybody's worried about this guy coming. Whoever he is. I wonder if he's bringing this. Looks quite spooky, I gotta be honest with you.
We are here encountering the vampire.
I finally figured it out.
Nosferatu.
It's the official trailer. Welcome, Robert.
Hello, hello.
Spooky. Scary stuff.
Yeah, it's meant to be, at least.
Oh, here we go. So it's not the trailer's spookier than the movie?
You showed me the trailer now, and I thought the trailer was much better than the final product.
Oh,
yes.
wow, no kidding.
Mm.
Did I get it right that Nosferatu is like the first, isn't it the first movie, actual motion picture ever made? Maybe you don't know either.
I
gotta look
dare
that up.
not say if that is so. Could
Right.
be.
All right. So first of all, I love Willem Dafoe, right?
Yeah, this movie is it kind of
What
You know,
happened? What
all
happened?
right.
How did it fall apart? Where did it fall apart?
all right. Okay, it starts with these darkness is from the first frame until
Okay.
the last frame. There's no breathing in the movie at all, in my opinion. The film has
Right.
gotten like a lot of good reviews, and it's made not that much money at the box office, but it had some positive buzz, and that's why I went to see it. And it's like the most gothic movie I've ever seen, I think.
Okay.
But it's like mega gothic. It's like too gothic,
Right. It's exhaustingly gothic.
Yeah, it's like from the Universal logo straight to screaming, darkness, and fear until the credits roll.
Okay. Well, that's what the kind of trailer was about. That's where I was even going, well, who's coming? Everybody's, he's coming.
Yeah,
Little
I just feel-
heavy-handed, you would say?
yeah, it's like it's too heavy, but I get it. It's like the production is really, really good, and
Right.
the directing is fine, but it's terribly overacted,
Okay.
especially by the girl that plays sort of the main
Yeah.
lead. I've forgotten her name now. A lot of screaming, a lot of fear, and you can't, unless you have a background. A movie has to build up characters. It has to establish a setting. You have to get to know the characters, how they think, and how they operate within the story,
Right.
and
Some
thus
arc in there as well would be nice.
exactly. And I just feel like it's missing. It's like there's fear from the first frame to the last frame, and a lot of screaming.
Now, when you say fear, what are you talking about? Like,
I mean,
false
the fear.
I mean, you're not actually afraid, were you?
No. I mean the fear of the characters in the film. I
Oh, I
feel
see. That the characters are afraid from start to
exactly
finish. Like
that's what I
they
meant.
start
Yeah,
afraid and they finish afraid.
yeah, not the audience. The audience is far from scared. At least I was, and maybe I'm not the right person to judge this type of film because it's I horror. I know there's a lot of horror fans in the world,
Yep.
and I do enjoy the occasional horror, but it's not the go-to genre for myself normally.
Right. Me
Um,
neither.
um,
But was this horror or was this because I liked Interview with the Vampire when it came out? That was in the 90s, you know. That was a great book.
yeah,
I think the guys really did a great job. It was Brad Pitt and Tom Cruise, and there was a lot of like swirling around about how they were too big for the movie, you know, big movie
yeah,
stars. But they actually, I think, did a good job. I was a big fan of Bram's
Dracula.
Dracula, the Dracula with Coppola's
Yeah,
version, right?
yeah,
I think that was Gary Oldman playing Dracula there. That was a
yeah.
great
That's a
film.
good movie, and I'm really retro. I really like the
Right.
Christopher Lee Hammer horror Draculas from the '60s.
Oh, yeah.
Um,
The
that's
quintessential sort of, I am here to suck your blood.
yeah, yeah, with the fangs, you know.
Yeah, yeah. Coming out, yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I think the film lacks build up, so that you can identify with the fear that they're feeling, and not just like being thrown right into it.
Right.
I do have to say a few positive things, though. I think the production design is great. The cinematography is fine.
Mm-hmm.
Willem Dafoe shows up about, I would say, halfway to two-thirds into the film,
Okay.
which saves the film from being a really low rating from myself.
Yeah, okay.
He
So
is
he
the one that
gallops in.
brings it up
Right.
because his character is the one character that's actually interesting. He's sort of the Watson of Sherlock Holmes, kind of, you know.
Is this based on Bram Stoker's Dracula then? The book? Is it? I mean, does it have
Um,
Renfield and it has those characters, or is it
no,
something?
no, but
Okay.
it's certainly in that vibe, in that
Yeah. Okay.
era of movie. Um, so I would say Willem Dafoe is the great thing about this film, but unfortunately he turns up kind of late in the
Yeah.
film, but
Yeah.
he pushes it up, you know, the rating of the movie.
Right. Brings a bit of gravitas and
Bill
character.
Skarsgård is in it,
Okay.
of course,
One
and
of your guys.
he's become quite known for playing, you know, these quirky horror types. Pennywise in It,
Mm.
and he was in the remake of The Crow last year.
Oh, right, right. Yeah. So he's been hitting this genre pretty hard.
Yeah, yeah, and he does a fabulous job. He tries really hard, and he's really good. But it's just like the way he speaks.
Right.
Okay, it's this
Well, isn't his father the famous Peter Skarsgård, right? That's one of your
no, his father is Stellan Skarsgård,
Stellan. That's it,
and
Stellan,
his
the
brother is
famous.
Alexander. So that it runs in the family. It's like
Yeah,
they have
yeah. He
a
comes from sort of
bunch.
Swedish
Yes,
actor royalty, if you will.
yeah, yeah. That's perfect
Yeah.
way of describing it. His way of speaking in this character that he plays, this count, is all right. It's like an 150-year-old man who's been smoking his whole life, and you can hardly kind of
Really putting it
well,
on
you can,
thick.
yeah, it's like, I'm going to kill you, and that's how he
Uh,
speaks throughout the whole film, and it's just borderline comic.
Wait, is he playing Nosferatu? He's
Yeah,
Nosferatu, and he. Oh God. Okay.
and he plays and you can't recognize him. He's like the total makeup, like an
Full. Yeah.
old, you know,
Yeah. Monster
man with
makeup.
a
Yeah.
bent back and like hair
And he
over his
is
face.
doing a thing like this,
Yeah, so he's speaking like that, and it's like,
like a
as I
Christian
said,
Bale Batman kind
borderline.
of thing, where
Yeah,
it's like a little tough to listen to. It's
yeah.
one of those kind of choices I think actors make in the beginning. They're like, I'm going to do the whole character like this. And then 6 months into shooting, they're like, why did I decide to make this voice? I can't, it's not sustainable. You're like, oh God.
It
That was,
reminds me of Ben Stiller when Avatar was nominated for Best Movie back in 2009, and he came out in this blue, you know, like the Avatar thing on stage,
oh yeah.
and he says, "It seemed like this was a better idea during rehearsals,"
Yeah.
you know, and it
That's
just didn't.
Yeah,
work.
yeah. Peter Ford in Easy Riders, where they're on the motorcycles, right? And
Yeah.
his motorcycle has the big hole, the monkey. I forgot how they call it, the monkey bars, where you have to hold
Oh
it up.
yeah, yeah.
And he's like, I don't know what I was thinking. It looks cool. You know, you have Dennis Hopper on just a chopper style with a straight bar, and he's up
Yeah.
there, and he's like, man, it's 6 months of me riding with my shoulders up, hanging off this thing, and he's just like, I was you know, I couldn't feel my arms after 3 days, you know.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
these actors make these kind of choices sometimes, what they think is going to
Um,
be cool, but it's not sustainable.
just generally, there are better films, but there are worse films also. There was Exorcist Believer was kind of a reboot, remake, prequel thing
Hmm.
that came out last year, which was horrendous, really, really bad. So I think this film is better than that. If I'm talking about movies which have the same sort of aura genre,
Yeah.
but it's, dare I say it, I think the Crow remake is a better film, which stars Bill as well, Skarsgård.
Right.
And I can't think of any more. There are much better films in this type of genre.
Oh, The Lost Boys,
Yeah.
if you want.
Oh,
I mean, if you want to go there, like, there's a ton of great vampire movies, a lot of them from the 80s. And I was right, by the way. This was the first vampire movie made, but the original Nosferatu, 1922.
oh, you checked it out?
Yeah, yeah. I knew it was from the 20s, but I don't know why. For some reason in my head, I have it that it was like literally the first full length feature movie with sound or something like that. It was kind of. I just always remember that Nosferatu was.
I actually need to check that out. I like to go back and check.
Yeah, there's something
these
to
kinda-
it. Audiences, tap in if you have some comments. You know what's going on with that, because it was groundbreaking at the time.
Sure,
It's
sure.
100 years ago at this point. So,
That's
and
true.
and
Oh
I've
my
seen,
God.
we've all seen the kind of classic where he's skulking around in the outfit and stuff. So, but I remember it was, for some reason, it was like a groundbreaking film.
Yeah,
For
yeah.
a few reasons. And then of course you've got Bela Lugosi,
Oh yeah, of course.
the
Yeah,
the,
yeah,
the
yeah.
classic Dracula from the
Boris
Monster.
yeah.
He's from the
Um,
30s. Yeah.
there was another movie last year called The First Omen, which is a prequel to the classic Omen with Gregory Peck
Yeah,
from
that was a great
1976.
film, The Omen, the original. Yeah,
Oh, that is fantastic.
yeah,
So
crazy.
they made a prequel to that last year, which I went to see, and it was fine. It was good, actually.
Okay.
Actually, I enjoyed it. It took time before it got going and you got into it, but by the time you did get into it, it was really, really good. So I recommend that rather than this movie.
Okay. Okay.
Um,
Got it.
and the Crow remake, I'm not
Are
saying
we gonna
that's actually
review that
good.
one, or are we reviewing The Omen?
I
Or is
don't
it
think
too
we'll
late?
review the first Omen, the
No,
new one. We
the new
could
one.
talk
Yeah.
about the original Omen trilogy one day. Sure,
Okay.
absolutely.
Well, if you like The Omen, then that's a good
Yeah,
recommendation. So, scale of what? I forgot your scale. You go 1 to 5,
I do go 1 to 5.
and this one
Um,
gets
2.5.
ooh, ooh, that's a tough hit. Lily Rose Depp, that's the girl.
Yes, Lily
Johnny Depp's,
overacting, terribly overacting.
right?
Like it was like to the point of annoying.
Okay.
So no, I was disappointed. I was looking forward to it because I heard a lot of buzz about it, and I went into it with anticipation, and I came out quite sour.
I can tell. I can tell. Yeah. Would you say it was blood-curdlingly bad?
No, no, it's just like long
I'm trying to
and
find some.
dark and just
Just
yeah,
exhausting.
yeah,
No, I hate it when they try to play too heavy a hand in these kind of movies, particularly when you don't really have to. A vampire already, a great vampire movie should be, I feel, subtle
Mm,
and allow the kind of the concept of the vampire, which we're all familiar with.
yeah,
That's a 500-year-old concept at this point, right? Let that sort of resonate without having to overplay, I guess, right?
yeah.
Okay.
I'm still probably gonna get it on Blu-ray. You know how I got 2,500 movies
Sure.
on Bluray.
Dear
The thing
God.
about me is that like I enjoy watching bad movies as well.
Yeah.
You know, I don't necessarily want to see just amazing movies. The experience of watching a bad movie can be equally satisfying, even though you're not,
I have a
happy
whole
with it.
collection of bad movies. In fact,
Oh yeah.
we can do a whole thing at some point. I keep them all on my hard disk, and I watch them
Yeah.
on my Plex system. I have a system where I keep thousands of movies, and
Right.
the menu title for that is So Bad They're Good.
Oh, that's amazing.
That's my list of, and
You got to tell me about what you have there.
I'll show you what I've got in there. Just think about things like Xanadu,
Oh.
and Over the Top.
Oh, Over the Top.
The original Roadhouse, like those kind of movies. Zardoz with Sean Connery. Obscure movies that, like, why did they make these? Why are they?
Yeah.
The fact
And
they
it's like
exist.
they're all made like with serious intent.
Oh yeah. They big
like, yeah,
budgets
this-
behind them, and they're all into it, and you go, oh my god, and they are incredible because you just go, what? The Island of Dr. Moreau, with
the Val Kilmer one.
Val Kilmer and
and what's his name? Yeah.
The Godfather.
Yeah, I know.
I can't think of who played the Godfather.
It's not Michael Douglas, right? No, it's
No, the Godfather. Who played the Godfather?
yeah, it's
Stella. Why? You know
it's
what?
Marlon Brando.
Thank you, Marlon Brando.
Yeah, God.
All right, folks. There it is. You get
Cut that out,
2.5
please.
stars. Make him an offer you can't refuse.
Yeah, all right.
2.5 stars for Nosferatu. That's from the great Robert Nelson. You heard it here first on Offstage on Screen. And we'll see you next time.
Take care.
Keep watching.